The truth is, Mr. Speaker, I just came over, had to walk out on some constituents to be here. Hunter Pruitt was in town. He is advocating on behalf of the Juvenile Arthritis Foundation, and he's been meeting with me every year for the 10 years I've been in Congress. And I said, Hunter, I'm sorry, I've got to go to the floor. This is our bill today, and I'll see you back home. He said, I just want to tell you one thing, Rob. He said, whatever is going on in politics, just forget it. What I want you to do for your next 9 months in Congress is just go and do the right thing for the right reasons, and we'll be with you. That's a pretty common message that we get, but our committee process doesn't always allow that to happen. And I want to thank the chairman for leading a process that has allowed exactly that to happen. Mr. Speaker, I don't know if it's been mentioned, but I'm looking at the chairman of the Modernization Committee sitting beside the chairwoman of the House Administration Committee. Now, as you look through these 30 recommendations today, you'll see that a lot of them have to do with House administration jurisdiction. I'm standing right beside the ranking member of the House Administration Committee. Do you know how extraordinary it is in this institution for a chairwoman and her ranking member to allow another committee to have any sort of input on what goes on, much less delegate some of that conversation and thinking? The amount of lack of self-interest that has gone into this committee is something I haven't gotten to see much in the 10 years I've been here. You won't see in these recommendations, Mr. Speaker, a recommendation to turn all the committees into the exact same bipartisan 50-50 committee that we've had the pleasure of working on. I don't think you will see that in the next round either. But I will tell you that one of the favorite stories I get to tell back home to folks who feel like politics have taken over this town, for folks who feel like MSNBC and Fox News run this institution these days, that think Twitter is the end-all, be-all of in-depth political thought. I've gotten a chance to work with members who have time after time after time put the institution first with one goal in mind. I'm certain it's been said already. How can we serve our constituency better? Every single conversation, how can we serve our constituency better? What can we do to better serve the American people? How is the institution broken, not so that it's not serving members, but so that members are not serving their constituents? I know this isn't the most glamorous of topics, modernization of Congress. But I would just say to all my colleagues, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling beaten by a political season, if you think that this is the time of the electoral cycle where folks are fussing with each other, more likely to tear each other down than build each other up, read these 30 recommendations. Tune in to the next Select Committee on Modernization, Mr. Speaker, because what you're going to see is exactly what every single one of us wanted to see when we ran for Congress, and that's serious men and women sitting down in a collaborative way, putting the American people first. It couldn't happen without the leadership of our chairman. It couldn't happen without the chairwoman of the House Administration Committee and her willingness to be such a productive partner. Couldn't happen without the ranking member, Mr. Davis, and his willingness to be so involved and so collaborative. There should be recommendation number 31, Mr. Speaker, and that's let's do this again. With that, I thank my friends. I yield back.